We would like to start the presentation by acknowledgement of country. In the spirit of reconciliation, Gayathri's Tanjore paintings acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respect to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today.
எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி மனதில் சலனம் இல்லாமல் மதியில் இருளே தோன்றாமல் மனதில் சலனம் இல்லாமல் மதியில் இருளே தோன்றாமல் நினைக்கும் பொழுது நின் மௌன நிலை வந்திட நீ செயல் வேண்டும் நினைக்கும் பொழுது நின் மௌன நிலை வந்திட நீ செயல் வேண்டும் கனக்கும் செல்வம் 100 வயது இவையும் தர நீ கடவாயே கனக்கும் செல்வம் 100 வயது இவையும் தர நீ கடவாயே எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி எனக்கு வேண்டும் வரங்களை இசைப்பேன் கேளாய் கணபதி.
Very good evening, Australia, and a very good morning, India. I would like to welcome you all for Yuga puraskar 2022 on behalf of Gayathri's painting. This event is towards a celebration of Indian platforms, and being the 75th year of Indian independence, it gives all the more pleasure in celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav through this day. On this wonderful occasion, I welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi ji, Minister of State for Culture, Government of India. Great to have you here, ma'am. I welcome Honorable Jasonwood MP, Federal Member of LATRO, and Assistant Minister for Customs, Community Safety and Multicultural Affairs, Australian Government. Great to have you here, sir.
Okay.
I welcome Robbie Beaton, Liberal candidate for the federal seat of Essex. Instituting this award has been a great endeavor for Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, and would welcome Mr. Sundar Ramakrishnan, Joint Trustee, SNR and Sons Coimbatore, India, for being associated with the event. I also welcome the special invitee for the event, Guru Dr. Shivaji Santhosh, art saint, artist, researcher, and trainer from India. We extend a warm welcome to the awardees who are the stars of this event. It's an honor to have such great achievers in our midst. And with great pleasure, we welcome the awardees, Padma Bhushan Smt.P. Susheela ji, Kalaimamani Dr. Shri Bharat ji, and eminent film director Shri Kathir ji. Would also like to extend my hearty welcome to the artists performing in the event, our supporters from the community, as well as the media on this occasion. Appreciate your valuable time for joining and enriching this event. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you all for organizing this and that too in Australia. India and Australia are sharing some very, very warm relationship with each other, and celebrating friendship through art is something which I, as a Minister of Culture and External Affairs, the kind of charge I have is amazing. So I wanted to thank Honorable Mr. Jason Wood and Ramakrishna ji and all the people who are associated with arts and craft, and taking up a subject like Tanjore paintings is personally for me amazing, for the simple reason that a continuous art form gets to be selected and worked upon in modern world, and is one of the surviving memories of tangible art form, but intangible stories, which mankind has heard and is part of history, as we call it, whatever be the others take on this by calling it mythology. But irrespective of that, these are stories which reverberate in human mind for centuries. And those stories are the ones which get depicted through this art form. Those who are uninitiated in the art form and are hooked on to today's presentation, I would like to tell them the little story about this art form. One that in India, the walls of the temples used to be decorated with murals, and Indians were the ones who would maybe live in thatched roof, but decorate their gods and with gold and precious and semi-precious stones. But by the Middle Ages, we were getting plundered repeatedly, and thus the temples were getting destroyed. So, to secure the art form, to tell the stories, to tell the narratives, human mind came up with the idea of having a detachable format from murals on the walls. It came down to the wooden planks on which a 3D picture could be made by using gesso and colors and sticking gums to canvas to wood, everything precious and semi precious stones, nevertheless, and the gold leaf. So, with this 3D art form of a kind of a painting put on a wooden plank with a canvas sheet on top, was a new art form in that sense. And Vijayanagar Empire, as people who know history, was one of the richest places where this art form was initially patronized and created. And subsequently, because there were two communities, Rajus and Naidus, which used to engage in this art form, migrated to other parts, though it's known more as Tanjore painting, which is, or Thanjavur for that matter, which is another area in Tamil Nadu. But it all started in Vijayanagar Empire. And during the earlier period, 14th, 15th century, the Nayaks and the Marathas warred over, and they were the ones who were patrons of this art form also. And then this moved on to several other regions. So Tanjavur was one, Madurai was the other center, and Mysore was also one center. But Mysore changed a bit in style and was known as Mysore paintings. And also during the British rule and the Europeans which ruled that region, uh, uh, the art form changed to a little bit of European styles. And for a very short period though, and it was started to be called as company painting. This is for all those who are a little uninitiated in this format. I personally possess some of the exquisite, very very old antiquities in the form of these paintings at my home, and rather large size, 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet kind of paintings is what I possess. A couple of them which are very very beautiful and piece of art. But happy to learn that the Tejas School, along with Gayathri and others, have chosen this subject to initiate people in this art form, and talking about the rich heritage, both in terms of material value and, of course, far more in terms of human value. They've chosen to make people familiar with this art form, and also engage with the youth, which is less initiated in our history, in the ethos. So very, very glad to be here. And I, I'm sorry for all the confusion that happened. we'd kept this for 10:30 because 11 o'clock the parliament starts. But I chose to come to the office to do this, and I'll probably have to rush through my address also. Thank you for having me over and giving me an opportunity to express myself. Grateful to all, and more grateful to all of you for picking up the subject and familiarizing the people at large with the subject also. Thank you very, very much. Jai Hind.
Namaste, Vanakkam, and especially to our Honourable Minister in India. And I know what it's like when the bells go in Parliament, you have to take off. So I've been there many times myself. It's an honour for me to be here today to join you celebrating traditional Indian art forms and recognising such eminent artists with awards. And you can all be very proud of your efforts. And all the other artists on here, I congratulate you as a person who can't sing, who can't dance, and has got no, how should I say, artistic bones on me. I'm always admire those who have. Can also acknowledge the traditional owners of our land, the elders past and present, and also for Robbie Beaton, who's a Liberal candidate in the seat of Isaacs. And for those in Australia, we obviously have a federal election coming up in next month, which is very exciting, and Robbie's a key player in that. Can I say thank Gayathri, Director of Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, and can I say it was so delightful to meet you recently, and I couldn't believe you gave me that beautiful painting of Lord Ganesh, and it's proudly at my home. I feel very honoured to have that. And when we were discussing it again, I couldn't believe how much work can go into a painting. So it was quite incredible. Would also like to acknowledge the Honourable Meenakshi Lekhi, the India's Minister for State and Culture. And again, it's fantastic with all our friends in India, the world's largest democracy, and we obviously got very close relationships. It was interesting before you're talking about the road funding projects in my electorate, which is important if you live here and you get kind of stuck in traffic in the southeast of Melbourne in Victoria. One of the projects I was always very excited about was called Bunjil Place, and for those who want to have a look at it, it's Bunjil, Bunjil Place in Fountain Gate. And this was a project I got behind, and it's won all the last, I think it was like 3 years ago, all the International Architecture Awards. And one thing I got very much behind this project is because of our multicultural communities, and in particular locally it would be the Indian Sri Lankan communities, a place where you can have your festivals and also to display your artwork. So if you get the opportunity to have a look at that. And I heard your minister talk about a bit of history of art. For those who don't know, in the southeast of Melbourne, at the end of the First World War, there was a soldier, his name was Horatio, and he actually built a kerosene tin house out of like little petrol tins in a small suburb called Tacoma, which is part of the Dandenong Ranges. And that was the location where in the day, in the 1920s, and I think would have been 1930s, Australia's most famous artists, such as Tom Robert, Arthur Boyd, came to paint there. And also through the Dandenong Ranges had a Dutch artist by the name of Eugene von Gerard. And interestingly enough, Arthur Boyd grew up in a place called Harkaway, and they were building a dam or something there, but he actually, as part of that, part of his paintings, he was staying with his grandson, whose name was Martin. And Martin said, if you want to stay here, that's okay. You don't have to pay me anything, but you can just paint all the walls in the house made of concrete. And we actually thought all the paintings were lost, but lo and behold, they actually, before the place was destroyed, was actually saved by the Australian Art Gallery here in Canberra. So something we always must do is respect and protect art, because what you're doing as artists can tell a story in 100 years' time, 1,000 years' time, especially in Indian culture. When it comes to Australia, Australia has 700,000 Australians who identify with Indian ancestry, which is not many when you compare that to India itself. But in Australia, our population is roughly 25 million people. In my home state here in Victoria is 236,000 people of Indian ancestry, so who do amazing job contributing, especially when it comes to business and entrepreneurs, and of course the arts. In actual fact, I was at a dance event on Saturday night with an Indian dance school, and just how much colour those youngsters brought in with their uniforms or their and the dancing. But today it's all about recognising 3 artists, and I just want to congratulate Susheela J, Dr. Bharath and Shri Kathir, the 3 award wins today. I thank you for your outstanding contribution to arts. And one of my staff members here, Kathir, was just telling me before how revered and renowned you are for your artwork, not only in India, but here in Australia too. So I thank all the Indian Australians for their contribution in building our modern nation, and commend the organisers for recognising, encouraging artists and celebrating Indian art forms. I wish you all the best in the future. And thanks very much for having me on.
To begin the award conferring ceremony towards celebrating Indian art forms, Yuga puraskar 2022, in the gracious presence of Ministers Mr. Wood and Smt.P Lekhi ji from both nations, India and Australia. To begin with, Gayathri's Tanjore paintings takes immense pride and pleasure on conferring Yuga puraskar 2022 to the legendary singer Padma Bhushan Smt.P Susheela Amma. We hereby call upon Guru Dr. Shivaji Santhosh to hand over the award representing Gayathri's Tanjore paintings and esteemed Honorable Ministers of both the nations to Padma Bhushan Smt.P Susheela Amma. Thanks, Guru Dr. Shivaji Santhosh ji, for presenting, and Padma Bhushan Smt.P Susheela Amma. Congratulations on accepting the award, and thank you for that. Next, moving on, with much admiration and humble applause, Gayathri's Tanjore paintings takes immense pride and pleasure on conferring Yuga puraskar 2022 to the legendary dancer Kalaimamani, Dr. Srekala Bharat. We hereby call upon Dr. K. Padma Srinivasan, MD Acupuncture, the founder and chairman of Shri Sai Saraswati Acupuncture Academy, Salem, India, to hand over the award representing Gayathri's Tanjore paintings and esteemed honorable ministers of both the nations to Kalaimamani, Dr. Srekala Bharat. Congratulations, ma'am. Thanks, Dr. Padma Priya, for presenting, and Dr. Srekala Bharat, ma'am, for accepting the award. Last but definitely not the least, we are super honored and take immense pride and pleasure on conferring Yuga puraskar 2022 to the legendary director, Shri Kadhalar sir. We hereby call upon Mrs. Shantini Devi Kadhir, the woman who is the pillar of support for his success, to hand over the award representing Gayathri's Tanjore paintings and esteemed honorable ministers of both the nation to Shri Kadhalar sir. When you have a dream, grab it and never let it go. This powerful quote best fits in for the director of Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, Mrs. Gayathri Vidya Ilango. Born and brought up in Erode, a small town in Tamil Nadu, India, she excelled in her academics and was a known achiever in various activities related to art and literature. After completing her master's in engineering, as one of the university topper, she had a wide option to work in the engineering field. Though she was busy as a professor, her love and passion towards art, especially traditional Tanjore paintings, drove her to learn it from eminent teachers in the field. Tanjore painting is one of the oldest traditional Indian art form, which has been recognized by UNESCO as heritage art form from Tanjore district located in Tamil Nadu, which is also called as Tanjore. Gayathri's art journey through these years has gained many fans and audience, not only for her work, art quality, but also the elegance of her artwork. To quote her, every painting is a new beginning, a learning curve, to strive for that extra bit of perfection. Post relocation to Melbourne, Australia being the land of opportunities, she decided practicing traditional Tanjore paintings as a professional artist. To spread the awareness of this traditional art form, as well as other styles of traditional arts, Gayathri is working towards conducting exhibitions and workshops within the local community, thereby ensuring their continued legacy. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Director of Gayathri's Tanjore Paintings, Mrs. Gayathri Vidya Ilango, to deliver the festival notes.
Thank you so much, Hima. I welcome each and every one of you on behalf of Gayathri's Tanjore Paintings. As a traditional Tanjore painting artist and a practitioner here in Melbourne, I felt that celebrating India's traditional art forms would be the best way to celebrate 75 years of India's independence. As a mark of it, Gayathri's Tanjore Paintings have instituted an award, Yuga puraskar, for the year 2022 in order to honor the wizards in the field of music, dance, and theatre arts. The award includes a silver memento, an appreciation certificate, and a cashback. I believe that this celebration of traditional art forms will definitely be a motivation for many young aspiring artists to reach heights. Having learned and practicing the traditional Tanjore paintings in my motherland, India, I was very much comfortable and happy with my journey, as I had a lot of my other fellow artists and supporters around me. Indian government was indeed always there with a lot of schemes to promote our traditional art forms and artists. While relocating to Melbourne, being an art lover, I had a lot of doubts and fear that I may not be able to continue my journey. I thought that practicing a traditional art form in a new home, away from my own homeland, would be a quite harder task. But post relocation to Australia, the transition was very, very smooth because of the wide opportunities and the great community support. Every single artist here is always recognized and supported in a much, much deserving way. This is my own personal experience, which I had when I met Mr. Jasonwood to discuss and invite him for the celebration. And his presence here today proves it all. All these factors, it made me to work towards my long-term vision of celebrating and promoting the traditional art forms in every possible way to preserve the legacy of the traditional art forms. I strongly believe that my initiations towards spreading awareness about the traditional concepts of the Tanjore paintings, especially to the younger generations, and my exhibitions and displays and providing guidance to interested people in the community would definitely preserve this art. As an artist, it is my responsibility to continue my effort in spreading and supporting the traditional art forms. No doubt that my initiations would be greatly supported and welcomed by the community and the government bodies of both India and Australia. Finally, I would like to mention my favorite quote of a great Tamil poet, Subramanya Bharatiyar. Peridinum peridikale means aim bigger than the biggest. I will definitely aim and make my sincere efforts to take the traditional art forms to a much bigger heights. Today, Gayathri's Tanjore Paintings is very much happy and proud to have conferred Yuga puraskar 2022 to the most renowned artists in the presence of our Honorable Ministers from India and Australia.
A very good morning to all and a very good evening to all in Australia. On behalf of Shri Ramakrishna Multi-Speciality Hospital, a unit of SNR & Sons Charitable Trust, Coimbatore, I take immense pleasure in rendering a hearty welcome to every one of you who have gathered here virtually for the award ceremony of Yuga puraskar 2022. The ceremony takes place in the presence of Honorable Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi, the Minister of State for Culture, Government of India, and Honorable Jasonwood, MP, Assistant Minister for Customs and Community Safety and Multicultural Affairs of Australian Government. The presence of the two great political administrators to confer the Yuga puraskar Award 2022 to the three legendary artists of our nation marks the event of this day. It is an honor to confer the awards to Padma Dr. Smt.P. Susheela, the renowned playback singer of South India, Kalaimamani Dr. Srekala Bharat, one of the most creative Bharatanatyam artists, and Shri Kathir, an eminent South Indian film director, as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of independence, the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements today. We have gathered here to acknowledge the contributions of the three great artists of the nation. Along with Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, SNR and Sons Charitable Trust takes pride in joining hands with the government in celebrating Indian art forms. SNR and Sons Charitable Trust is the renowned trust in the Manchester of South India, Coimbatore. Its remarkable services in the fields of education and healthcare. The trust was founded in 1970 in order to fulfill the dreams of a great philanthropist and a man of vision, Sri S.N. Rangaswamy Naidu. He was an ardent devotee of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. His interest in man was as compelling in God as he wanted to remove ignorance and disease from humanity, especially from the poor by providing them with education and medical relief. This visualization was conceptualized in the form of SNR and Sons Charitable Trust in the textile city of Coimbatore. Since then, the trust, with a number of educational institutions and hospitals and rural healthcare centers, has worked immensely to build a better society through better healthcare and quality education. Art awakens a sense of real by establishing an intimate relationship between our inner being and the universe at large, brings us a consciousness of deep joy, says Rabindranath Tagore, the multifaceted artist and Nobel laureate of India. Art is a form which connects and unites the human being, and irrespective of gender, race, color, or nation. The three dignitaries, the awardees, have been doing a fantabulous job in their field for a minimum of 5 decades. Dr. Smt.P. Susheela, who is fondly regarded as the melody queen, has sung nearly 50,000 songs in various Indian languages. Dr. Bharath, who derives energy from dance, has performed in 28 countries. Shri Kathir, the director of the trend-setting musical movies, is a painter and a poet and a writer too. All three artists, through their art, have improved their quality by helping them to relieve the stress and boost the confidence to resolve the problems. Thus, the service rendered by them to the society is a highly valuable one. I feel honored to be part of this program and wish them to continue their significant and meaningful journey for many years. And I would like to thank Gayathri for this opportunity and Rajshekhar also for this opportunity. It is a great opportunity for me to join, and it is a wonderful initiative. Keep doing this every year. It's a great initiative. Thank you very much.
Namaskar. My warm greetings to Honorable Minister for Culture, Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi ji, and Honorable Minister, Shri Jasonwood, Minister of Australia for Culture, and my warm greetings to Srimati Gayathri and to the award-winning great legends of the day. And to be a part of this wonderful festival which is connecting both the nation and to share the heritage value of the nation. As an artist, I feel so proud that I got this opportunity to witness this occasion and be as a special invitee for this wonderful happening. And when this program was basically discussed with me, Gayathri ji expressed her interest to conduct a celebration that honors the artist. And when I discussed in further, I could understand she was having an intention to celebrate all the art forms of India, and she had an interest of choosing the successful personalities from the art forms, which is like music, drama, dance, and other visual art structures. So she took a long effort on finding the right personalities to confer this wonderful award, and I really feel this is a proud moment in everyone's life to witness Padma Bhushan, the great scholar, legend, Dr. P. Susheela Amma receiving this award. And we are proud that such a wonderful, kind human and wonderful personality is with us today to receive this award and grace this occasion. And Kalaimamani Srekala Bharat, I fondly call her as Amma, and she is so kind enough, like Susheela Amma, always to show and shower their love on me every time I meet, discuss on the journey of art and the various aspects of celebration of art forms. And last but not least, my beloved friend Kathir sir, who is a wonderful person. We used to share so many things just by keeping silent. We discuss a number of interesting ideas which is connected to the nation, which is connected to the art, because he is an artist basically, visual artist. He completed his graduation in art college in Chennai, and before his career as an art director to the film, he started his career in early days as an artist and working as an associate with the great director Bharath sir. So these memories, when somebody confers the award or recognize the journey, it is not only that we are just giving the award, it is cherishing the memories of the legends, what they have traveled all these days. So one way we are making them to go back and see how long, how tedious and how fantastic journey they had. And we are also knowing so many facts about when they share their journeys, when we study their biography, we see what all the difficulties they came across in life, what all the happy moments, what all the stunning situations they faced in life. So we totally understand, learn out of every journey of a human being and every journey of the successful people. We learn what to do and what not to do. This is not a common rule. However, this differs to person's life. But then, as a common factor of success, one must have to be sincere, honest, dedicated, and always envisioning the motive he has in the mind. He should be meditating upon the good intention and the clear knowledge of what he wants to gain in the life and what he wants to achieve in further. In that way, I am proud Gayathri is always on focus of doing her daily routines. Though she is busy with so many responsibilities, she also made time to organize such a wonderful festival and to invite so many people and to coordinate wonderfully today, which is going on now online, and to receive everyone in the online festival and to present this wonderful culturals and to confer this award in the presence of esteemed ministers of both the nation. This is definitely a flawless function and this is a wonderful victory for her. May this great effort continue for a long time, and let many deserving artists be a part of this successful award function in upcoming days. And I wish Gayathri ji to get many more recognitions and heights in life, and to be in a position where you can help so many artists. With your support, even if one artist is getting the opportunity for the life code for their living source, this is going to be a very big success for you, and this is going to be a very big blessing for you end of the day. So I pray Almighty and my special wishes to all the performers who have rendered their song and music wonderfully, and instrument playing. Everything was amazing. On behalf of the Indian artist, we really thank you for your wonderful effort, and my pranams to all the award winning legends once again, and my regards to the honorable ministers of both the nation. Namaskar.
சிட்டுக்குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சேர்ந்திட கண்டேனே, செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டேனே. சிட்டுக்குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சேர்ந்திட கண்டேனே, செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டேனே. சிட்டுக்குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சேர்ந்திட கண்டேனே, செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டேனே. முட்டு விரிந்த மலரினிலே ஒன்று மூடிட கண்டேனே, மூங்கிலிலே காற்று வந்து மோதிட கண்டேனே. ஹோய், சிட்டுக்குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சேர்ந்திட கண்டேனே, செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டேனே. ஆஹா, 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 ஒரு பொழுது மலராக கொடியில் இருந்தேனா, ஒரு தடவை தேன் கொடுத்து மடியில் விழுந்தேனா, இரவினிலே நிலவினிலே என்னை மறந்தேனா, இளமை தரும் சுகத்தினிலே கண்ணம் சிவந்தேனா. சிட்டுக்குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சேர்ந்திட கண்டேனே, செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டேனே.
गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरु देवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. அப்பா அம்மா பாதங்களுக்கு வணங்கி நீங்க எல்லாம் சந்தோஷமா கொடுக்குற இந்த அவார்டு எனக்கு ரொம்ப வெற்றி வருது. ஜனங்களுக்கு அவங்க மனசுக்குள்ள நான் எப்போதும் இருந்தே இருக்கும். மினிஸ்டர்ஸ் எல்லாருமே வந்தாங்க, அவங்களுக்கு எல்லோருக்குமே என் தாழ்மையோட வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். ரசிகா பெருமக்களுக்கு முக்கியமா ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. God bless me and God bless you, no, God bless me, that's why. Thank you very much. Thank you.
தமிழுக்கும் அமுதென்று பேர், அந்த தமிழ் இன்பத் தமிழெங்கள் உயிருக்கு நேர், உயிருக்கு நேர். தமிழுக்கும் அமுதென்று பேர், அந்த தமிழ் இன்பத் தமிழெங்கள் உயிருக்கு நேர், உயிருக்கு அந்த தமிழ் இன்பத் தமிழெங்கள் உயிருக்கு நேர், உயிருக்கு நேர். Thank you.
Good morning and greetings to you all. Honorable Minister for Culture, Government of India, Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi, Honorable Multicultural Affairs Minister, Mr. Jasonwood, Melbourne, Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, respected Susheela, Mr. Kathir, Mr. Sundar, dear Santhosh, all the artists, other dignitaries, and dear Rasikas. Words are simply not enough to express the privilege and honor that my Guru, Srimati Saraswati teacher, and this divine art of Bharatanatyam has taught and has brought upon me. To stand before you all and be acknowledged as a noteworthy performer in Bharatanatyam is a great blessing. Gayathri's Tanjore paintings, Melbourne, celebrating the classical arts via the platform of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is such a wonderful initiative. Gayathri, thanks a million to this and your team. Thank you very much, my dear Gayathri and team, for this. The Yuga Puraskar Award, which fortifies my journey towards my goals of contributing to this pristine art form of Bharatanatyam and building a legacy that keeps India shining in the cultural map of the world. Thank you once again for this honor bestowed on me. And for sure, I will certainly live up to the expectations of the leadership. Jai Hind and my best wishes to each and every one of you.
ரொம்ப அற்புதமான இந்த கலா யுக புரஸ்கார் 2022 அவார்ட் விழாவினை சிறப்பாக ஏற்பாடு செய்து இந்த அவார்டை எனக்கு தந்த முக்கியமாக காயத்ரி தஞ்சாவூர் பெயிண்டிங் ஆஸ்திரேலியா காயத்ரி அவர்களுக்கு எனது மனமார்ந்த வணக்கம். இந்த சந்தர்ப்பத்திலே என்னுடைய சக அவார்டிஸ் பத்மபூஷன் டாக்டர் பி சுசீலா அவர்களுக்கும் கலைமாமணி ஸ்ரீமதி ஸ்ரீகலா பரத் அவர்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய வணக்கத்தையும் என்னுடைய நன்றியையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த அற்புதமான அவார்டை Honorable Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi, State of Cultures, India, and Honorable Jasonwood, Culture Minister, Australia அவர்கள் முன்னிலையிலே இந்த கலா யுக புரஸ்கார் அவார்டை நான் பெறுவதற்கு நான் ரொம்ப மனம் மன மகிழ்வோடு இந்த அவார்டை நான் ஏற்றுக்கொள்கிறேன். இந்த அற்புதமான வாய்ப்பிற்கு என்னுடைய இதயபூர்வமான நன்றியை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த முக்கியமான தருணத்திலே எனக்கு என்னுடைய குருமார்களுக்கும் எனக்கு வாய்ப்பளித்த என் பல்வேறு கலைஞர்களுக்கும் தயாரிப்பாளர்களுக்கும் நான் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். இந்த அவார்டுக்காக என்னை தேர்வு செய்ததற்காக மீண்டும் ஒரு முறை காயத்ரி தஞ்சாவூர் பெயிண்டிங் குழுவினருக்கு என்னுடைய நன்றியை நான் மீண்டும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இந்த மாதிரி கலைஞர்களையும் ஊக்குவிப்பதிலே இவ்வளவு அற்புதமான ஒரு விழாவினை ஏற்பாடு செய்து இந்த அவார்டை எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் தந்து எங்களை ஊக்குவித்ததற்காக மீண்டும் 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 திரு காயத்ரி தஞ்சாவூர் பெயிண்டிங் காயத்ரி அவர்களுக்கு நான் மீண்டும் நன்றியை சொல்லி, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஊக்கங்களும் அவார்டுகளும் எங்களுடைய எதிர்காலத்தில் இன்னும் செய்ய வேண்டிய பல்வேறு கலை வேலைகளுக்கும் இது ரொம்ப ஊக்கமாக இருக்கும் என்று நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு, இந்த ஊக்கத்தோடு என்னுடைய மிகச்சிறந்த படமான காந்தியை பற்றி நான் ஒரு படம் பண்ணலான் இருக்கேன். மகாத்மா காந்தி. ஏன்னா நாட்டுக்காகவும் தனக்காகவும் தன் வாழ்க்கையே அர்ப்பணித்து இந்த நாட்டுக்காக அவர் செய்த மிகச்சிறந்த தியாகங்கள் பற்றிய ஒரு பயோகிராபிக்கல் ஃபிலிம் அது மகாத்மா காந்தி. இன்னொன்று பயோகிராபி ஃபிலிம்ல லீக்வானி, சிங்கப்பூர் பிரசிடென்ட் லீக்வானி. இது மாதிரி 2 படங்களை பற்றி நான் தொடர்ந்து செய்ய இருக்கிறேன். இந்த அவார்டு எங்களுடைய தொடர்ந்து செய்ய வேண்டிய இந்த வேலைகளுக்கு மிகச்சிறந்த ஒரு ஊக்கமாகவும் இருக்கிறது என்பதை சொல்லி, இந்த அற்புதமான வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி சொல்லி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Respected Honorable Minister Smt.Meenakshi Lekhi ji, Government of India, Honorable Minister Jasonwood, Australian Government, Mr. Sundar Ramakrishnan, SNR and Sons, our special guests, Padma Bhushan, Srimati Susheela Amma Vargal, Dr. Kalaimamani, Dr. Srekala Bharat Amma, and our most favorite director, Shri Kathir sir, and our special invitee, Guru, Dr. Shivaji Santhosh Avargal, and all the participants and the event supporters, media friends, my dear family, and all the other friends who have joined this event online. I thank you all for gracing this occasion to celebrate the Indian traditional art forms despite of all of your busy schedules. Finally, I would like to wholeheartedly thank my teachers, my gurus, who had made me get into this mesmerizing art world, and my family and friends who are always behind me, extending their good wishes and support my dreams. This day, this event, it means a lot to me in my journey to support and promote the traditional art forms. I once again thank and extend my appreciation to each and every one of you here to support the initiation by Gayathri Tanjore paintings. Thank you all.
நண்பனே உன் தேடல் புது மண்ணோக்கி உருவான தேடல், தோழியே உன் பாடல் தமிழ் உணர்வோடு உறவாடும் பாடல். மேகமே தன் சிறகுகளாய் பார்க்கும் பறவை, கண்மூடிய வானெங்கும் செல்லும். அதுபோல் நண்பர்களே தன் புது உறவாய் பார்க்கும் உணர்வே நம் தமிழரின் பண்பாட்டை சொல்லும். தமிழா காலம் மொழி என்ற விதை உன்னை மலராக்குமே. அன்போடும் பரிவோடும் வருகின்ற கோலம் புது நேசம் பொழிகின்ற எதிர்காலமே. பின்னோக்கி வளர்ந்தாலும் மலர்ந்தாலுமே மரம் வேரூன்ற நிலம் தேடும் மோடியே. கண்முன்னே தேடல்கள் பல கோடியே உன் உயிர் மூச்சில் தமிழ்நாடியே. பார்க்கும் பறவை கண்மூடிய வானெங்கும் செல்லும். அதுபோல் நண்பர்களே தன் புது உறவாய் பார்க்கும் உணர்வே நம் தமிழரின் பண்பாட்டை சொல்லும். தன் சிறகுகளாய் பார்க்கும் பறவை கண்மூடிய வானெங்கும் செல்லும். அதுபோல் நண்பர்களே தன் புது உறவாய் பார்க்கும் உணர்வே நம் தமிழரின் பண்பாட்டை சொல்லும்.